All right, awesome. So we're back and we're here to talk about some logic capabilities within forms. So this video is kind of an extension of what we just looked at from conditional fields, as well as what you can do from a forms overview. So expect to get into kind of the basic capabilities of the logic section when you're entering form fields. Now, this form is pretty simple. There's a single field here where there's a select option with a few choices. What is unique is we have logic applied to this second field that will automatically do various things like update the placeholder or even update the property name. And that's all going to be done with simple logic. So what does simple logic look like? If I come into edit and I go over to the logic tab here, you'll notice that I have three different conditions or logic things, advanced logics configured, right? So if I go ahead and look at the first one, you'll notice that logic consists of at least two things. So one is the trigger and the second is the action. So the first thing where the trigger is defined, this looks pretty much like the conditional stuff that we went over on the previous call. So you can do a simple trigger, JavaScript trigger, JSON logic, etc. For this video, we're only going to use simple just to demonstrate, the capabilities that you have with these logic fields. Now, in this case, I have the logic saying, hey, anytime the first select option is Apple, I'm going to update the placeholder. So in order to do that, you just go in and you choose the type, which is property, and you choose placeholder. And in this case, it's going to automatically put in this text field. You can use templating if you wanted by using other fields within the form, and you can extract that data using kind of the data and then the API key here. Now, the other thing this is going to do in this case is update the class. So the class is going to be the container class that this is living in. So whenever I choose Apple, it's actually going to change the display using some of the Bootstrap classes that are available from a CSS point of view. So this one's just going to change it to alert primary, which is kind of a red background for this field. So we'll go ahead and cancel this, but you can see that one action or one trigger will actually update two different things, and you could have multiple actions based on a single trigger here if you want. Similarly, we've done similar type of actions for the others, for the other selections. So for orange and for banana, we'll be making different changes as well. So updating the container class again and updating the placeholder. That's just kind of a quick overview. Again, this is a very simple example. The next video will cover what I would consider more complex examples when it comes to logic. And we'll dig into kind of the various options, not only in the trigger, but also in the action types, right? Not only looking at value or property, but also looking at value and maybe even merge component schema in that video. So if we go ahead and run the flow, you'll notice that it's pretty basic, right? A single field where you have a select box, and based on what we just looked at, based on that logic, we expect to see this change, the second field change based on our decision. So if I choose Apple, we'll notice here that I get the simple logic property update. It automatically noted that I chose Apple. Conversely, if I choose orange, we get the update here. You chose orange. We update the class again for this one. And then if I choose banana, we get finally our last update, right? So in this case, all we're doing is taking a simple trigger, which is somebody choosing a value in this field, and then applying two separate actions based on that choice. The first action is just updating the placeholder. The second action is updating the class. You could also do things like update the name of the actual field. So there are several different things that you can do with this capability. It makes the form a little bit more dynamic, and it allows you to kind of dynamically update fields that are shown based on the values previously entered or selected.